Isha Khan is CEO of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. She spoke with the CBC's Sierra Sanders yesterday.
It is an exhibit that shares the experiences of Palestinian Canadians who have experienced the Nakba or are intergenerational survivors. And it uses multimedia, so a number of different art forms, text and art and interactive, to share their experiences and the human rights violations that are related to forced displacement.
Okay, and so I understand the Palestinian community has been lobbying for years for an exhibit like this or something like this. When was it decided that the museum would be doing an exhibit like this?
So it's both true that Palestinian Canadians and others have been asking us, demanding that there be more content in the museum, that it shares their experiences. And we've been working on this for the last 4 years because we made the decision that absolutely we need to share these stories that are human rights stories about displacement. And so we're at the stage where we can announce the exhibit and want people to come see it.
And who, I understand the Palestinian community was a part of the conversations when it came to this exhibit. Who did you, if you can tell me, who did you consult with during the process of this exhibit?
Yeah, so in the same way that we really tell any story that you see in an exhibit here in the museum, we rely on the lived experiences of people who have experienced those atrocities or affected communities. And so we've been working and consulting with a really wide network of Palestinian Canadians and others from across Canada to help ensure that we share their story that they've entrusted and their stories that they've entrusted with us in a responsible way.
And why is this exhibit important to the CMHR?
The CMHR is a museum for human rights, and our job is to tell stories, to share stories that enable people to reflect, to understand human rights, to navigate the human rights issues of our day. This exhibit is going to be in our Rights Today gallery, so it's about contemporary issues. And there's no question that people are looking for information. They're looking to better understand what to do with the information that they have around them, around the Nakba and Palestinian experiences.
And what does the museum hope visitors will take away from it, and what kind of conversations are you hoping to start with this exhibit?
We hope that people will come and see this exhibit. We hope that by being exposed to or being able to touch and feel Palestinian experiences of forced displacement, that they'll be able to understand the human rights impacts that displacement can have on people and draw connections to other situations in history and today. Every exhibit that we tell takes stories from the past often and allows people to apply those principles and the feelings and the reflections that they have so that they can better understand human rights today and then they can actually take action and do something about it.
So the announcement of this exhibit has stirred up some concern from the Jewish Heritage Center of Western Canada, and they're worried the exhibit will lack balanced scholarly research and key historical and current geopolitical context. What's your response to this concern?
We understand that there are people who are concerned, who are worried about what the exhibit may do. What I can share is, for one, we've had a really long, good history working with the Jewish Heritage Center of Western Canada on Holocaust remembrance and other important issues related to combating anti-Semitism. This exhibit isn't a historical retrospective. This exhibit is about the experiences of Palestinian Canadians who have lived through forced displacement and their families. So it's told from their perspective, from their eyes, just like many other exhibits in the museum are. Currently we're running a major exhibition on the LGBTQ purge, and it's told through the eyes of survivors, their words, their stories, in order to impact others and help them understand what happened at that time.
The Palestinian and Jewish community, they are kind of intertwined in their own ways. Mm-hmm. Because of this kind of, how they are kind of intertwined together, do you think that the Jewish community should have been consulted in the curation of this exhibit?
The exhibits that we develop are for all people. as a museum for human rights, we try to share stories that allow people to make connections between human rights violations occurring around the world and here in Canada. We understand that there is a question about how the exhibition was developed. This exhibition was developed with a big team of researchers, academics, curator who leads the choice making around art and design and many others. And that's how we do our work. The development of this exhibition has the same rigor as any exhibition we develop, and we do that because we feel responsible for ensuring that if a community or individuals entrust us with their stories, we're going to make sure we share them responsibly. We really steward other people's stories, and we really encourage people to come and see the exhibit to help answer some of those anxieties that they may have now.
So the Jewish Heritage Centre of Western Canada is pulling out of a partnership with the museum to mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day because of this exhibit. How will this impact the museum's ability to provide Holocaust education and programming to combat anti-Semitism?
We remain absolutely unwaveringly committed to combating anti-Semitism. We have a gallery that allows people to examine the Holocaust. We do Holocaust Remembrance Day programming every year, in addition to talking about anti-Semitism in our school tours and education programs and public tours. We will continue to do that work. We've worked with Holocaust memorial sites and organizations across the country and around the world. We hope to continue to work with the Jewish Heritage Centre of Western Canada in the future.
What's your message to those people who might have anxieties or have those concerns about this exhibit that's upcoming?
Well, number one, I hope people will come and see the exhibit. Right now, I understand that there's concern. I also hope that people will visit the museum and experience our approach to storytelling, which is robust and rigorous and is done with care for the communities affected, and is always to ensure that people develop a better understanding of human rights. I think we need that right now.
That is the CEO of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, Isha Khan, speaking with CBC's Sierra Sanders yesterday. If you want to read more about the story and the concerns about the exhibit, and also those who are pleased to see it coming to fruition, you can go to our website at cbc.ca/Manitoba. And if you're just turning on the radio this morning, we are talking about the new Palestinian exhibit that's coming to CMHR. And specifically also, you heard Sierra asking a lot of questions about the Jewish community here locally and across Western Canada, with concerns that they say they were not consulted. And because of that, they're going to be pulling out of something at the museum in the new year.